Chris Boydus, and I will be your instructor. The purpose of this video is to give you a tour around our virtual classroom. So when you first log in, we have the navigation bar, and be aware that there is a little drop down. There's a few other icons. Excuse me. The other thing I want to point out on the homepage is I post announcements. So please be sure to read these announcements, because I often will say what is due this week, or just like a heads up, something's due next week. So very important for you to read those. So across the top here, Course Home will get you right back to the home page. The content will take you to where most of the material for the class is. You can also access it down here. So I do have a content browser. So both places will get you there. And actually, while we're looking here, and it might be easier just to click here, the Read This First is the first folder that you're to go through, and that will have things like a syllabus, a video about the syllabus, a video about McGraw-Hill Connect, just things that you'll need to know for the class. So when it says read this first, do that first. Then you're going to move on to chapter 1. So with chapter 1, there are 2 places that you will be getting your graded assignments, or where you'll find your graded assignments. So if you click on chapter 1, the first thing here is I have just some things for you to read. But as you go down here, you can see it says External Learning Tool. This will take you, it's a direct link to McGraw-Hill Connect. Now, you are in an all-inclusive course, which means that you paid a digital access fee to have access to McGraw-Hill Connect's website. So when you click here, it will take you to chapter 1, and you are reading all of the chapters in the textbook. And really, the chapters are not long. In this class, the chapters are very friendly. And, it's, I think, interesting material. So when I say you're going to read 20 chapters in 12 weeks, it's really not a lot. But this will take you directly to McGraw-Hill Connect. The other thing I want to point out is along the way, you will have VLQ, video lecture quizzes. Those are videos that you will watch, and they're links. So when you start this assignment, here, I'll click on it. Now, it's not going to let me start because of the way I'm logged in, but it will say start quiz on your version. When you click start quiz, there's going to be a video that pops up, and that video stays there the entire time you do the video lecture quiz. The purpose of video lecture quizzes are just to give you points for viewing videos that I believe are important for your understanding of the course material. A lot of times the questions are word for word what is in the video. So if you look at a question and you're not sure, you can scroll back in the video. The videos also have transcripts, and you can use the closed captioning. So the words will be there. So if you go back, you can find usually almost exactly the same words as the question I'm asking. Typically, students get 100% on these. So I encourage you, because it's a good way to get a lot of points, to bring your grade up. So video lecture quizzes are within our Brightspace classroom. The other thing that is in our Brightspace classroom are these discussions. So you can access discussions through the content where we are right now, or you can access discussions through the discussion icon. And one of the nice things about the discussion icon is it has all of the discussions just nice and in order. Something about your discussions, there's going to be 2 parts to it. So, or you'll be doing 2 posts. So there'll usually be a prompt. So here, like after you view this, you are giving me 2 facts covered in the video. Easy peasy. There's then, and you can't see it right now, but if you open up the entire prompt, there will be a second prompt that will have you do something else. Oh, here, you can see this one. So what are your thoughts? Easy, you watch this little video, what are your thoughts? And then the second, for this one, you're responding to a classmate, or you can give me additional information that you found on the internet. I know not everybody likes to respond to somebody else, so I try to give you the option of you can respond to somebody else, or you can do some research, and add some more information about that topic. So there are the discussions. So either the discussion, or let me go back to our content. They are also linked within the content. Okay. Then at the end of each chapter, you do have a chapter quiz. Again, this says external learning tool. This is taking you out to McGraw-Hill, and you will have a quiz on the chapter. And it's as simple as that. Everything is always due, almost everything is due on Sundays. And the reason I say that is the very last week, your work is due on a Thursday. And I will remind you, but the very last week, so we go Sunday, 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 Sunday for like 11, here I can tell you how many. Yeah, for 11 weeks. And then on the 12th week, it's Thursday, because I need to have the grades in by that Monday at noon. So I need some time to review everything and get your grades out. So the last week, Thursday, every other week, you either have 1 or 2 chapters due on Sunday. Okay, back to the course navigation. The news is linked to the homepage. So you can either get the news right here, or there is a news tab. Dropbox. There is one project in this class, but I give you 2 options. So let's take a look at that. So project, choose one of 2. You do not need to do both. You will get graded in one or the other, and those points, it will be, one or the other. It's not 150 total, it's just 75. So there's 2 options here that you can choose from, and they are due pretty early in the semester. Most students say they enjoy the project, so I hope that you will as well. Quizzes. So remember, I just said that the quizzes are linked here. So the video lecture quizzes are linked in the content. Well, another way that you can get to them is by clicking on the quiz feature. And one reason why some students like to do this is it has, you can't miss any quizzes if you go here. They're all in nice order. I have them broken down by chapter. Not every chapter has a video lecture quiz. So you can see here, chapter 3 does not. So if you're on chapter 3 and you're panicking and saying, where's my video lecture quiz? Well, you can take a look and see not every chapter has video, but some of them have 2. And let me tell you, some of them have 3. I remember chapter 5. Now these are shorter, but there's more. Your grades, simple. It shows your grades as you're earning them. McGraw-Hill Connect support, the help desk. So this link will take you to the help desk. They have 24/6, I think. I'm not sure if they're open all day on Sunday, but they have help a lot of the time. And they have a chat feature, which students usually like. So you don't even have to call somebody. You can just chat in your question, and they're pretty good. The one tip I will give you, though, if you're having a hard time, is you can ask them, can I share my screen? And then they'll see your screen. Well, you have to provide approval for that, but then they can see your screen. And I find that to be much faster than me trying to explain the problem. And that is basically a tour of our class. Um, Let me know if you have any questions. I keep things very routine. Um, oh, and something else I'll just mention real quick. It's going to seem like we have a lot of assignments in the beginning, like a lot. But what I do is I use a process called chunking. And what that is I give you little bits of information and then I assess if you understand that material. There are no exams. There are no big tests or final exams in this class. I don't believe in them. I think that you learn better if you learn just little bits at a time and relate that to your own life or experiences you've had. Um, so there are a lot of things, but those things are usually 5 to 10 minutes long. They're not, you're not going to be cramming for an exam at the end. Okay, so you're going to get started with read this first. There'll be some other videos there. Welcome to the class. I am so glad that you selected me, and I look forward to a great semester.